Alright, this game is called The Beginner's Guide, and it's very nice. Okay? Alright, begin the game. Are we ready? This game will be a trip for most, okay? Make sure audio is on. We'll go back to the void now? Okay.
Hi there. Thank you very much for playing The Beginner's Guide. My name is Davey Reedon. I wrote The Stanley Parable, and while that game tells a pretty absurd story, today I'm going to tell you about a series of events that happened between 2008 and 2011.
Okay.
We're going to look at the games made by a friend of mine named Coda.
Coda.
Now, these games mean a lot to me. I met Coda in early 2009 at a time when I was really struggling with some personal stuff, and his work pointed me in a very powerful direction. I found it to be a good reference point for the kind of works that I wanted to make.
Yes.
So just to start you off, this is, I think, the first game he ever made.
Okay, let me quickly make the sensitivity a little bit lower. Holy moly.
It's a level for Counter-Strike. You can walk around here, by the way.
Cool.
And mostly it's just Coda learning the basics of building a 3D environment.
Cool.
What I like is that even though he starts from the simple aesthetic of a desert town, he then scatters these colorful abstract blobs and impossible floating crates around the level.
Yeah.
But of course, it destroys the illusion that this actually is a desert town, and instead this level becomes a kind of calling card from its creator. It's like a reminder that this video game was constructed by
It's
a
be
real
cozy,
person,
exactly.
and it kind of makes you wonder.
Why is it the CSGO? Because it's a map designed for CSGO, actually. Yeah.
What was going through his head as he was building this? This
Yeah.
is what I like about all of Coda's games. I mean,
Yeah.
not that they're all fascinating as games, but that they are all going to give us access to their creator. I want us to see past the games
Hi, monkey.
themselves. I want to get to know who this human being really is.
True.
And that's exactly what we're going to do here. So, it's 2008. Coda starts making these games,
Whoa.
and he never releases any of them. He doesn't put them onto the internet, he just makes them and then immediately abandons them, and they sit on his computer forever. And
Okay.
I think he really understood this image of himself as a recluse. At one point, he jokingly renamed his computer's
Well, it's a little bit too loud for my liking.
recycling bin to important games. So, this was just how he worked. He tended to crank them out one after the other without even really pausing to try to understand what he had just made, until suddenly one day, he just stopped. In 2011, that was it. He made his last game, and then he hasn't made another one since. And that's why I've taken this opportunity to gather all of his work.
Okay, Moonflower.
Is because
It's great.
I find his games powerful and interesting, and I'd like this collection to reach him, to maybe encourage him to start creating again. And if the people like you who play this also happen to find his work interesting, then I'm sure it'll just send that much stronger of a message of encouragement to Coda.
So, context. Basically, we're playing through a set of games made by a person named Coda, who did it in 2008. And the person who made this game, the collection, his name is, I think it was Stephen or something. And basically, we're playing through a collection to hopefully reach Coda to start making more games again, because the games are cool, and, they were deleting them all the time. So, we're kind of doing that, right? Also, hi, Monkey. That's exactly what we're doing. I was giving a little recap. And you don't need drugs for this. You can be cozy. You can do whatever you want. You can have it in the background. Most of it is him talking to us and explaining what's going on, okay? But you can also see very cool abstract game design.
So thanks for joining me on this. If you have a particular interpretation that I haven't mentioned here, or if you just need to get in touch, you can email me at DAVEYWREDEN
Davey,
at
right, Davey.
gmail.com. Okay, that's about it for introduction. Let's take a look at Coda's first proper game. As each game is loading, I'll show you the date that it was completed. This first one was made in November 2008.
My god. Okay. Whoa.
Warning. Whisper machine active. Shift to structure imminent.
Oh shit.
This game is called Escape from Whisper, and it's one of the more generic games you'll see from Coda.
There's a gun. I have a gun. The panic. Pew, pew. I don't have bullets. The bullets ran out. Shit.
Security call breached. Hostile alien life form inbound.
Hostile life form
It kinda
inbound.
looks like this game was abandoned mid-development. For instance, you have this gun, which you'd think would indicate that there are supposed to be monsters or enemies somewhere, but then clearly there are no enemies anywhere. You can't even reload the gun when you run out of bullets. But ultimately, we don't really know. Maybe Coda thought that actually it was complete the way that it is.
Huh.
And I think that we should talk about his games for what they are, rather than for what
Yeah,
they're not.
that makes a lot of sense.
Enemy force neutralized. Begin ship evacuation.
Hi, Nama. Mwah. Oh, we can go further. Nama, we're playing a really interesting game. Context. Basically, we're playing through a set of games by the person named Coda, and we're hopefully figuring out who Coda is through his games.
I love how you can see the bottom of the universe from this room.
What the heck? What the heck? We can see the bottom of the universe. Three dots. Three dots. Yes, go play your ARAMs. Oh, a maze. Oh shit.
Apparently, this space station has a labyrinth on it. Sure, I don't know. There's really no reason for it that I've ever been able to discern, so in the interest of time, I'm just gonna skip you on past it.
Oh,
Okay, this is the part that's interesting.
okay.
The game has this narrative about the whisper machine and how it has to be turned off, and then you get to the engine room.
Okay. Oh,
Hey, you there, in the engine room.
yes. Hi.
You could save us all. That beam is powering a whisper machine. We could disrupt it by introducing a great enough heat signature. If your body could stop the beam.
What?
It's so much to ask, but for all of our lives, would you do it?
Yeah, of
Would
course.
you give yourself?
You don't even have to ask. I'll do it. I'll sacrifice myself. Oh no! In my next move, he's gonna sacrifice himself! Oh, I'm dead.
Let me pause here for a second. What you just experienced, stepping into the beam and then dying, is probably what Coda initially intended when he was developing this level. But when he first compiles and plays it, something goes wrong. There's a bug somewhere. And this is what happens instead.
Oh. What happens? Oh. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah, so we have someone who
The
is
beam causes him to
explaining
start floating.
how the
And
game
this is an
are
important
designed.
moment for him. Because yes, this is technically a glitch, but Coda identifies something human about it. Like how small it makes you feel in the face of this larger chaotic system. Or this floating could be the afterlife, a peaceful place, juxtaposed
Ooh.
against all of the hysteria that you've just had to traverse. I don't even know. I have no idea what he was thinking, but what's clear is that after making this, something lodges itself in his brain. He wants to do more of these really weird and experimental designs. So he stops work on this and moves on to a stream of tiny little games that go in all sorts of directions. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first game he made after leaving this one behind.
Okay. November 2008. Okay, what is this? I can't move. The past was behind her. Oh, I can only move
In this
backwards?
game, you can only walk backwards.
Whoa. But the future
So
could
it's
not
a
be
short
seen.
and relatively minimalist experiment combining motion and narrative. It
Like-
is less advanced than the previous game, but actually it seems to be more focused, more complete. Coda's
Oh.
trying to give it a unique voice rather than simply basing it on a pre-existing trope.
It's pretty cool. Why does the future keep changing? When she stops and looks, it becomes clearer. Oh, this is trippy. But if the future is always behind her, how will she find the strength? to confront it. Oh, wow. What a
It's a
message.
short little thought, it says what it wants to say, and then it ends. Didn't need anything more than that. Which to me is why it works, because it gets out quick.
Yeah,
Okay, next.
it's cool. I like it, I like it. Whoa, okay. You are now entering. Okay, we're... Oh.
And that's it. Okay, the meaning of this game won't be clear just yet. Please be patient with me for a few more games, and I promise you'll see what makes it interesting.
Okay. December 2008.
Oftentimes, Coda would put bizarre titles like this one at the start of his games.
Nonsense in every direction.
I wish I'd known him at the time that he was making these early games. He would really only talk to me about his work as he was making it. Once he stopped work on a game, like, that was it. It was dead to him.
Whoa.
And I don't agree with that at all, but what are you gonna do?
That's kind of cool. Okay, we're gonna get up there. Wait, hello? We're slowing down.
Once you've been slowed to an absolute crawl, the door at the top of the stairs opens. So why, if Coda's not showing these games to anyone, why bother opening the door at all? Well,
Whoa.
to show you, I'm modifying the game here so that when you press enter, it'll bring you back up to full speed so you can enter the door for yourself.
Aiden. Mwah. This is my favorite ginger-haired feature with lovely fangs. Yeah. I'm playing a really, really interesting game. Enter. So now we can get up here. Interesting. Whoa. Whoa. Reading enemies' emails
A room that's warm and nice and filled with little ideas for games.
Ah. A stranger appears. You run a
Coda
shop.
would often tell me that he didn't mind if people thought of him as cold or distant. He said that he knew that he was actually a vibrant and compassionate person, but that it takes time to really see that.
Yeah.
It can be a very slow climb to get there.
Oh, because the climb was... Live on a boat, take orders from the captain is always wrong. Stand on an X staring at a bear for... Oh. I want to... Ready, set, fish. Ready, set, fish. Oh. It was like a room with all kinds of cool ideas. Interesting.
Well, this is new for Coda. It's an actual puzzle. Go ahead and see if you can solve it.
Oh, okay, so when you lock yourself inside...
Don't forget that solution, because we're going to see this puzzle again soon.
3
We're gonna
dots.
see it a lot.
3 dots. I want that as a tattoo, actually. That'd be so cool as a tattoo. Fair.
So that seems to be it, right? You walk down a corridor, you solve the puzzle, you get to the end. Simple enough.
Yeah.
Right. Now I'm going to modify the game again so that when you press enter, it'll remove all of the walls from this room.
What the fuck? Holy moly.
How about that? There was more to it than we had any way of knowing. I actually find it funny that this game comes after the Stairs game, since they essentially convey the opposite idea.
Can I make the... No.
So, in the Stairs game, a dull exterior concealed a rich interior. And then, in this level, a dull interior hides this fantastic outer world.
It's cool.
Either way, I think that the point is the same. Is that most of the time, you don't get to know what you're missing. Or even
True.
that you're missing anything.
True.
That's not your role as a player.
Yum.
So if your role here is not to understand, then what is it?
Then what is it indeed? January 2009. You are now exiting. Oh.
Aha. So, this, combined with the entering game from earlier, tells us that Coda believes his games are connected somehow. It could even be that the stairs game and the puzzle game are literally connected in between this and the entering game. There's a bigger picture that all of his games are meant to play a role in, some larger meaning that we won't be able to grasp until we've seen all of them. And once we have, we can step back and start to understand what exactly that bigger picture is.
Okay. March 2009. The Great and Lovely Descent. Oh, that's bright. Fuck me. Okay. It's a house.
Let's talk about video game development for a second.
Okay.
Every video game runs on what's called an engine, which determines what the game can and cannot do. So in other words, the engine is a set of tools for game development.
The streetwise fool. I'm gonna go to the disabled.
Games, Coda is using an engine called Source. Like all engines, Source has certain things that it does well, and it has certain things that it does poorly. One of the things that it does very well is linear corridors. That's why so many of Coda's games are set in these large, flat, empty rooms, is just because he's working with what the engine does well. The tools available to the creator shape what kinds of creative work they're going to end up making.
The only thing you can hear?
Paying attention to the architecture in Coda's games, to notice how they seem to stem from an engine that's very good at producing linear boxy corridors.
Game is so lovely, right? The only thing I hear in the music is Jeffrey. Jeffrey. I'm just jumping down. Wow. Oh. Whoa, what is this? Jeffrey Bezos. What is this? It's like a cow pen? What the heck? Like a jail cell? Oh. Oh. Oh, I'm going to jail. Right, that makes sense. Okay, I'm in jail now.
Funny enough, in Coda's original design, the doors stayed shut for a full hour before letting you go.
What a troll.
We're gonna skip that.
A full hour. A full hour.
That he and I used to argue about a lot. You know, whether a game ought to actually be playable, whether it means anything if no one can get through it. And I would always defend that, you know, all this work goes into the game, why not make it playable and accessible?
Right.
And so
sure.
we just got into heated arguments over it, and there was one time that after one of these conversations, he went home, and a day or two later, he sent me a zip file entitled Playable Games.
Playable Games.
Full of hundreds of individual games, each of which was just an empty box that you walked around in, and nothing else. Believe me, I played every single one of those.
Wait, that's hilarious. Like what a troll.
Somewhere.
Alright. So wait, he gave him a zip file with 100 games that just had a little box that you could walk around in because they were playable. That's funny. That is a great troll. Hi. We're currently playing through a set of games.
Would you look at that? It's time for ad jail.
Made by a person named Coda, and we're trying to figure out if we can figure out who Coda is, basically. The triple dots again. I love them. They're so cute. Fun?
It's the puzzle again, with the exact same solution as the last time.
Kind of. It's unique at the very least. It's a good story.
There's still no clear indication of what makes this puzzle so special that Coda is going to return to it over and over. But I promise I'll share with you my interpretation very shortly.
We're very trying to figure out what's happening. It's very interesting, and someone's talking us through it as well. One of their friends. Hello. Wait, hold on. My camera is in the way. There we go.
Here,
Hello.
Coda begins using a kind of dialogue system that he fashioned out of the engine's chat capabilities. Use the 1, 2, 3 buttons on your keyboard to respond.
You there? Did you come from up above? What was up there? Yes, it was a world stamped with whiteness. There's an enormous prison I spent hours in. Yes, there's these floating colored blocks. All of them are correct. That's the world above. You've been there. Ah, this is important. Did you get through there? Wait, did you get through a puzzle with 2 doors and switches? Yes, it's literally the last thing before I got in here. Thank you for lurking, Yada. That tells a solution, how you solved it. Trust me, you don't want to go over there. But we do. We need to get it outside. Do you understand? It's the most important thing in the world. We have to escape this prison. There must be an ending. I promise you, there's nothing I want more. Okay. How did you get here? Was there a puzzle you had to pass through? No. I've been right here the entire time. Suggest you go and see the puzzle sometime. It's not meant to be solved, but you can sit in the blank space in the middle. What happens if I solve it? Not sure, but if you have any suspicion, what you find won't be worth what it takes to get here. You'll have another chance to solve it soon. Okay. Hello, oh, how do I say your name? Is it?
And so we make one last descent.
Good. Hi.
Down to the
What's
final
good?
floor of the level.
We're chilling. How are you? I'm playing a very interesting game right now. Nyom. Nyom. How are you doing today? How are you? Oh, a lantern and a neighborhood.
It's a
Whoa.
lamppost.
A lamppost.
Okay, I can't tell you quite
Like
why,
me.
but for some reason, Coda fixates on this lamppost. It's going
I'm
to
the
appear
lamppost.
at the end of every single one of his games from here on out. I'll tell you what I think. I think that up to this point, he's been making really strange and abstract games with no clear purpose, and maybe you can only float around in that headspace for so long. Because now he wants something to hold on to. He wants a reference point. He wants the work to be leading to something.
Right.
He wants a destination. Which is
Destination.
what this lamppost is. It's a
Ah.
destination. We're gonna
Destination unknown. I'm just chilling right now because I'm feeling tired, so I watch some stream while playing playing video games. This is not really a video game, but it's definitely a story of some kind.
see it in the work as well. His games are just gonna become a lot more cohesive, a lot more fully developed, with more of a clear idea behind them. And as we go, that idea will get clearer and clearer and clearer.
And clearer. Yeah, right. It's a game. It is a game. You're right. I shouldn't disrespect it. It's definitely a game. You're right. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. You're so sweet. This game is connected to the internet. As you walk around, you can leave notes. All notes you see are left by other players. Ooh, interesting. Hello, notes. Nice room. Not.
So first off, I'm sure you can deduce this, but this game is not connected to the internet. All
Oh.
of the notes that you're gonna see have been written by Coda.
Oh.
This was actually the first game of his that I ever played. This was shortly after I met him at a weekend game jam in Sacramento, where I grew up. I saw him working on this very level, and it was just so different from anything that anyone else was doing. So right away I was like, I have to be friends with this person.
Right.
In retrospect, I think I was probably a bit too pushy, trying to get his
Yes.
attention.
Likely.
I was over enthusiastic. But he was very gracious about it and very patient with me. And I
How do you beat
cooled
this
off
game?
Eventually.
No point to this. Oh, whoa. What the heck? What the... Whoa, holy shit. Can you guys hear me? Hello? Reasonable.
Oh, feel free to skip over any of these notes if they're not doing anything for you. Nothing extra is going to happen if you read all of them.
But now I want to read all of
Either
them.
way, to me they convey a sense of loneliness.
If
I
I
see
read
this
this.
person who's filled with thoughts
Hey.
and feelings and beliefs and has no way to express them except as scattered and unheard voices in a game that wasn't meant to be played.
This place makes me sad. Right, it makes sense though. It's like... It's a
But
good way to like...
ironic, isn't it,
Oh.
that in
Yep.
playing this game and seeing how alone Coda often felt, that we get to know him better and actually
Right,
kind of
yeah.
connect with him.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to be honest with you, this idea is really seductive to me. That I could just
Define
play someone's
fun.
game and see the voices in their head and get to know them better and have to do less of the messy in-person socializing. I could just get to know you through your work.
Right.
I think this is why I always liked Coda's games so much, is because it felt like they let me have that connection. I felt as though he was inviting me personally into his world. And then I feel less lonely too.
The guy over here wrote too much wrong. So what we're seeing here, I don't know if you guys are realizing this at this moment. This guy is basically saying, because he gets to see the game that Coda made, he gets to know him better, right? But he doesn't actually talk to him. He just watches his games. That's very parasocial. Hey, I can type here. There are so many messages in this area. Why? In a world full of notes, one man will read them all. This summer, you'll believe blue speech bubbles can talk. We're running out of space. Soon we will suffocate. Cool cavern, bro. Do you feel like a hero yet? This game is so nice. I would like it when I could. Do not be afraid. Do care. I just saw a flying penguin, and let me tell you, it was the most majestic thing I've ever seen. I don't feel like living. Nothing will be ever as majestic as that. I never want to see again if nothing will be ever that beautiful again. I am crying now and plan on ripping my eyes out. I must go now. I must go now to do that. Why do I can see you writing this. I just saw a flying penguin. Let me tell you how it was the most majestic thing I've ever seen. I don't feel like living because nothing will be ever as majestic as that. I never want to see it again if nothing will be as beautiful as that again. I am crying now and plan to ripping my eyes out. I must go now to do that. Very Yada coded. It is a little bit Yada coded. How is there wood and grass and concrete here? The fuck? Real. Balls. Balls. 내려 좋았나? 일라오. Moon told me to say hi for her. Thank you, Mooney. What the shit is this cavern? I'm alright. I'm playing a very interesting game right now. Boring. I can assure you, guarantee that there's an acorn somewhere. Here, in this place, and the sailors are looking for it. Nayatabon! Yahoo! How are you? How are you? How are you? Oh, I love your name. Is it Nayuto? Nayuta? It is Nayuta. I am very blind and deaf and everything above. Thank you for following. I didn't get an animation for it, but thank you so much for following. I appreciate it. Oh, Channi, yahoo! Hey guys, just looking for someone to talk with. We're playing through a set of games made by a person called Coda, and one of their friends made a, what's it called? Game, so we can see all of their games. And it's very weird so far. It feels a bit parasocial. I refuse to believe. But I need to go to the freaking bathroom. Real. Recognize me, please. Are you a sailor? I'm not sure. There's nothing here. Go back. Don't listen to that guy. A free t-shirt. Need the other side. Door, why are you so... Oh my god, it's a meme from 2008. Door, how open? Well, I'm alright. Just can't sleep. I keep waking up after being tired. Aww. Mwah. Hello, I hope you're gonna be okay. Alright. Makes game, includes door, cannot open door. Thanks. Open sesame. Hello, Nibble. Mwah. How are you? Oh. Someday I will meet the person who made this.
A new one for the collection.
A 3-stream streak? W indeed. I help people because of the internal good feeling I get. Oh. Oh. Okay, let me say it one more time. We're playing a set of games by a person named Coda, and one of their friends called Davey made it into a game collection so we can see what Coda is like. And it's very interesting and introspective so far. New room! Do you hear the chimes? They keep you going, don't they? I would very much like to be desired. It's not very crowded here. Scared of writing something. I don't want to feel judged. Oh boy. A game where you leave notes and suddenly everyone's a poet. Oh my god, that is a interesting idea. Ebracebra abuse. What? I didn't say that correctly. Hello, Era. How are you? Don't bother. You can go in there, I think. Welcome, congratulations. I don't really know where to go with this. That's fair. That's fair. How are you, Ebracebra Buse? This is where I get off. I feel to write something in here. I am compelled. Stop. Turn back. Proceeding further will only result in misery. Oh boy. Take my hand. Let's jump together. Okay. I can't even... Aww. Man. Cabbage shapes our nation. Real. What is that painting? I am not sure. It does not matter if you get over there. Very good game. Hey, don't talk about me that way. I feel like we're just in someone's brain. It's very weird. I think I'm not... Wait, I think this is not going anywhere. My wrists hurt really bad as I've been drawing for the past 2 days. Oh my god, are you alright? I understand the wrist pain though. Next time I will do better. I have carpal tunnel in my right hand, so it is like... I understand the pain. I need someone to talk to. This is a note? Don't listen to the other notes. We also have someone who talks us through the game, which is very interesting. I am not safe. Oh my god. I hear like whispering in the background, by the way. Need to stop for a bit? Yeah, take a little break. Stop faking it. Oh my god, this is horrifying. Today, I learned you cannot fall off. Right. Ethical. Indeed, very ethical. I saw a person talking down there. Now it won't come back. Really? Devil Tower Star. Hello, Toasted. I won't give a really close kiss today because it will break my setup. It's about how this game is pretentious and you all suck. Stop pretending you are other people. We will all die someday. Who are all of you? Well done, all of you. Whoever made this has issues. The painting, what does it mean? Also, once again, thank you so much for everyone who's coming by. I really appreciate that. Also, is it Nayuta? Do I say Nayuta? I feel bad that the following notifications are not going off sometimes. It's weird, I should look into that. See, can you make a note for me? Thank you. I appreciate that. Alright. Hey guys, how's it going? Just hanging. Hey, help! I'm trying to speak. I think it's about how things look messy from up close and perfect from far away. That's actually really interesting. Pronounced it good? Hell yeah. From up here, it looks like dots. Real. From up there, it looks like Blobs. Cabbage shapes our nation. Spoilers, it doesn't mean anything. Really? Devil Tower Star. Again? Have a little sippy. He was, himself, the most horrible creature he could imagine. I want to quote this in my next book, actually. That's actually a really nice quote. Hello, Aaron. Mwah. He was, himself, the most horrible creature he could imagine. Yeah, it's so sad, but it's a good quote. Maybe I'll feel someday. Feel real someday. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Well, I'm here now. We're all here now. There must be a reason for it, though. Can you send me that quote, too? See? His terrible secret. He kept it well.
Oh, you're still here.
Holy moly, a 7-stream streak. W indeed. That's so sweet. Let's go, W. I beat the game. More rooms?
At the end of this level, we're going to see the puzzle again. And here, I'll tell you what I think the puzzle means.
We have a new
Each of these games represents an idea
A 7 and a 5 stream streak? You guys are crazy. Why are you all naked running across this field? Why are you all streaking, huh?
that was on Coda's mind at the time that he was making it. And the puzzle is a way of closing the door on a previous chapter of his life before moving on to the next one.
Right. Scared of writing something. I don't want to feel judged. I understand that. Completely. Escape. Escape. I need an escape. He cut it up and spread it between his worlds. Almost there. I've seen everything. I've traveled the world and I've never told anyone. I like the voices in the background. I wish there were notes in the real world. There it is again. The dots. The dots are everywhere. Become one with the spiraling nonsense. Downwards. Keep digging.
Each of his games, after exploring a theme that, he might find difficult, Coda can then place this puzzle that he knows has a reliable solution. He understands exactly how it works.
Right.
And so it gives him a simple mechanism for moving on.
It's the end. Right, so it's like a closer to his games. Okay. Does this puzzle have a solution? Oh my god, I've been here for literally an hour. What the fuck do I do? Help! Help! This doesn't make any sense. The door won't open. Shit, how do you solve it? Developers, answer please. Well, it's very simple.
There's this dark area between the doors, a space between spaces. Before you move on, you get to pause. Just for a moment. A few seconds to reflect on and let go of the events that led you here.
Right.
To step back and connect the pieces together. To grasp at that elusive bigger picture.
Hi, Cassie. Mwah. Get really sick? Oh no. Get better soon. I'll be able to go home. Oh god. How do you leave notes? What is this? What is this? The lantern. Are you there? Please say something. Oh shit, the camera's in the way again. Should I move the camera around a little bit? I'll move it up here. There we go. Are you there? Please say something. It could be anything. I just need you to say something. Talk to me, please, please. Why are you having so much trouble to speak? Speak, 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 speak. My god. That was an oppressive level.
Okay, this
Hi,
one's
Liz.
tough. It's gonna kind of just spin its own wheels for a few minutes. Hang with it.
Hello. What is this? There's a well. There's some things. Oh, a door. Let's go downstairs. Right. Okay. Painting. Into another door. That noise freaks me out. Yeah, it was a really overwhelming sound, which I think is the point, right? having overwhelming noise in that scene there. And we're at the bottom of the well.
See, like, this is it. The whole game. And there's nothing that's particularly interesting about it. You just walk to the end of a hallway. Except, for some reason, Coda gets really fixated on this prison that
We're
has
at the
all
bottom
this
of a well,
modern
huh?
furniture. And I don't know why, but he decides he needs to revisit this prison. He's gonna start
Right.
over, use the same assets, turn it into something else. Okay.
Oh my
Here's
god.
version 2.
COVID. Oh god. I hope you'll be okay soon. Oh no. What is this? What furniture ought to go in the center of the room? A giant hole in the ground. Oh. So it doesn't matter what I choose, it just places itself down? Okay, now what about the wall of the room? Let's put a giant picture of a horse. It doesn't matter what I say, it just places it down anyway. What the fuck? Severe infection of the eardrum, oh no. We should light up the room a bit. How about a live Tesla coils? I think the game is trying to tell us something, by the way, that it doesn't matter what kind of answer we give it. It just, like, places something down anyway. A table, you need a table. Who are you? What exactly are you doing this from? Oh my god. It doesn't matter what we do. What the fuck? This is a Yada kind of level.
There's a bit more to this one, but still, it's not really communicating anything. It's kind of just weird for weirdness' sake.
What the fuck? What in the back rooms just happened? What the hell? Help! Help!
So, okay, he throws it out and starts over. This time he comes at the prison idea from a different direction.
Playing this game the second time makes it so much crazier. Hello. This guide will enable you to escape any prison environment. Follow the instructions carefully. Take care to remember every single step. First, click on the table. This fucking logo shows up everywhere, by the way. Good, now go over the photo frame and click to turn it slightly. This one? Now turn off the floor lamp in this room, then turn it back on. Now go to the left side sofa and move it over a little bit. Okay. Finally, touch the shelves. That's it. In a real prison, the escape will now open. Return to the start and be taken to your prison. Okay. Let me sit up straight. What the heliante is this game? It's very bright. Return. So now we're gonna go to prison? And now what?
And of course, now the table is gone and you can't begin the chain of events.
Oh! What?
Here's a
So-
version where there are no bars, but you can't actually get to the well. And then a version where the inside of the prison is the outside and the outside is the inside.
What the fuck is this guy's
Let me just
mind?
link you real quick through a few more of these. I mean, he really unloaded on this prison idea. There's nearly a dozen of them.
What the hell?
Personally, I think it's awful to watch this. To see a person basically unraveling through their work. And for what? Like, at what point do you just go, maybe there are game ideas other than this
Upside
prison that I
down?
could be working on. But Coda doesn't have that voice telling you to stop. That particular mechanism of defense against yourself. Without it, you just spiral. And so
Whoa.
it keeps going and going and going and going and going. And then he hits on something. And he
Okay, what
likes
is
it.
he?
And that's it. He's done. He stops making prisons.
Right.
This is the very last version of the prison game that he created.
Thank you for
And
lurking,
the reason I
Maxine.
think it works is that the prison is not actually in it.
Oh. What? Two houses. And a light. Okay. A telephone booth. Okay. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Okay, that's not ominous whatsoever. What the hell? Hello? Who is this? Hey, it's me. I'm you from after you escaped the prison. You're me? So you were trapped in this prison too? I was in the reverse prison.
It's a conversation. And so this is what Coda wants, is to be able to talk to someone, to share what's on his mind, and to get some good advice from someone who knows. But the irony is that even in this scenario, you're still talking to yourself.
Right.
You know, all of these games so far are Coda talking to himself.
Right. It's kind of fucked up. Me substrate, yes. I'm gonna grab a water as well. So this Coda is just like stuck talking to himself through a game that he doesn't publish with anyone, right? It's kind of sad, but he's happy, I think, right? With himself, maybe not really. Interesting. That's the worst thing I can imagine. It's actually not a bad thing, I promise. Promise that you don't know who you are right now. But if you're me, then how did you get a call from another version when you were trapped? No, I think I'm the first person to call back. Can you tell me how to get out? Maybe I can come and find you. What do I have to do? To get out, you need to be sincere. To get out, you need to tell me how you feel right now. To get out, you need to talk to me a little bit. Oh god. What? I'm gonna go now. It was fun watching you. Much love and have a fun stream. Thank you so much for being here. Do I call you Skeleton or Ice Cream? I'll just call you... How about I just call you Cream? Hi, Cream. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Mwah. Love you lots. I hope we can... hang out more. Skeleton? Okay. Okay. Hang out more soon, and maybe I'll play something else. Or just... Normally I just yap, honestly. But I wanted to play a little game today. Mwah. To get out, you need to talk to me for a bit. What? And that will free me? How does that work? Listen, you can't know until you're out. I promise it works. Just talk to me. It will make sense. Okay, I can talk. Let's just talk for a little bit. Will you be here? I'll be here for as long as you need. Have a good day. Mwah. Thank you for lurking, Lisa.
I can see why he considers this a fitting conclusion to the prison games. After all of the obsession and frustration, just to be told by someone you can trust that things are going to be okay.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be nice?
It would gotta be nice, no? August 2009.
So what would it look like if Coda wanted to make a game about talking to someone other than himself?
Okay.
To me, this environment is meant to represent Coda's puzzle, with the two doors on either side and a dark transitional space.
Right. Door. And a house. Clean. Rich Russian auntie as a residence real. Thank goodness. I'm glad as heck you showed up. I thought I might have to be able to clean this house by myself, and that would be right miserable. Everyone knows how lonesome hands make lousy
You'll notice
homes.
that the quality of the art is a step up from previous games.
Don't worry about me.
Including this new and improved chat system, which he started using from this point on. From here on out, he begins putting much more effort into the visual polish of his work. And this particular game took 2 months to create as a result.
2 months? I'll finish up here. Can you clear the table, please? Okay. Shh. Much nicer. This table I want to see. Can you run into the bedroom and make the bed? Where's the bedroom? Not here. Bathroom. Bedroom. Okay. Nice. Could you straighten the rug a little bit? Okay. Little details matter. Do you enjoy being a house cleaner? Well, I don't enjoy it as much as I need it.
Would you look at that?
While I'm
It's
working,
time
I
for
kind of feel a calm that rests on top of my ribcage. My soul can't be soothed in any other way. So I guess it's not what matters. Oh, and tidy the couch. Will you straighten the pillows and the sofa out there? Sure. Oh boy, someone spilled a drink. Can you clean it up? Okay. I'm compelled to share an incredibly cheesy personal insight. Would you be okay with that? Make it especially cheesy. Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. No. I was stupid. Sorry. Never mind. Why does it feel like I just have a conversation with C? Hey, these dishes need to be washed. Why don't you come and do that? Okay. Last I checked, the tub needed cleaning. How about you scrub it down? No need to be perfect, we're all just human. Okay. Are there books scattered on the floor of the bedroom? Could you put them back on the shelf? Sure. Maybe you are. The music feels so nice, it reminds me of that space game we played a little bit ago. How about you come and clear these dishes off the table?
Intense set of prison games. This house cleaning level almost feels like cleansing. It's the moment after a particularly difficult or traumatic experience where you just need to let it sit and digest inside of you, and eventually cohere into something meaningful.
Yeah, I forgot what it was called.
Really liked this game. Of all of his work, actually, this was the only one that he called me up to ask me to come over and look at it. This was during a period of a few months where he was like grossly happy all the time. Just walked around with a constant smile on his face.
Earlier, when I said I had a cheesy thought, I was going to say that it occurs to me that one's house is a lot like one's soul. You take care of it and it takes care of you. Heh. Don't know why I felt so weird about saying that. I get it. It's just a weird thing to say to someone you just met. ... Anyway. So, housekeeping. Let's keep doing this. Would you clean up the books? Okay. Thanks. The pillows.
I'm glad he found some peace.
Question. Yes.
But
do you enjoy
of course,
this?
It can't last. The music
and-
stops, your companion is gone, it's time to leave. The door at the top of the hill is now open as well.
The windows are
Again,
gone.
You can't stay in the dark space for too long. You just can't. You have to keep moving. It's how you stay alive.
That sounds like someone telling you that you can't just be depressed. But you can be just depressed. It's just a normal part of life, really. I don't like that the guy is talking to us very much. It's like a nice game though, this one. Feels good.
Which is the
Lantern.
whole point of the puzzle doors, right? That sooner or later you have to pick up and move. I really thought that was the point of it.
Right. Okay. Items you love at members only prices. Why did you come here today? Was it to improve your life? Was it to get a better job? Was it to make your relationships more meaningful? No. You came here to become perfect. The workshop is going to teach you how to be perfect. I want your friends, the people in your life, to look at you and think, wow, this person is a better human being than I am. Right now, who do you think about that way in your own life? Who do you know is so well developed as a person they can make you feel disgusted with yourself? Compared to whom do you feel useless, selfish, ungrateful? I intend to make you into that person. Perfection is within your grasp. And the question is not how we do it, but how we do it effortlessly. That is easy. It is so easy. It is so easy.
About halfway through the game, the
Being
perspective
perfect
shifts.
is effortless. This is the key. How do I achieve it with no effort? On the way to work, I told an elderly person to start. Oh my god.
And suddenly, you discover that your teacher is just as bigoted and afraid as you are. Oh, and
There's
also
like-
you can move around the classroom now.
Kids should not follow their dreams. Being alone must be awful. Drinking is not hurting my life. Do you understand that you won't be happy until you love me? This is for you. Haha, just kidding. Holy shit, guys. Look at the back. Something is coming out for you. Everyone run.
fell pretty hard for this one. I
Perfection.
feel like it's one of the most relatable experiences that you can have. To assume that some other person is perfect and totally fulfilled in every way, and completely miss all of the little flaws that make them painfully human. I think about this game a lot these days.
That's crazy.
This one
This-
took a lot
this
longer
level.
than all the others for Coda to make. It was 4 months between this and the last one. That's twice as long as it took him to make any other game before this, and it's not like it's particularly complex, so I remember I found that a little strange at the time.
Whoa, it's cool though. It's like a stage. I love Wabi Sabi, for real. Oh, Jesus Christ. I have to go, enjoy the game, and good stream. Bye bye. I hope you're alright. Performance beginning. Places, places, please. In this scene, you're playing with me. We are gathering of professionals. You started by leaning against this wall. Okay. The woman across the room in this chair is a professional photographer of animals. It's your dream to photograph animals professionally. This is your one chance to learn something from her, to gain something, to succeed. Go on and say something to her. Hello. Hello, that's it? That's not a conversation. You actually need to converse with her, be a human being. Do it again. I'm super scared right now. No, that's not what I said to her at all. You're completely missing the tone of the conversation. I was reserved, but I knew what I wanted. I was confident. For some reason, it was just at one moment I was confident. Maybe it's that you need to have a better feel of the setting. There were a lot of people around us. I'll give you some props to work with. These cones that bounce when you're nearby, when you touch them. Oh. Oh, that's awful. You must have worked really hard to get to where you are. You're messing it up all again. You'll freak you out with that conversation if it gets personal that quickly. Do you not realize how important this was for me? You'll never get an opportunity like this again. Everything was riding on this. I want to try something. Try stepping back from the stage. That felt awfully personal. Oh my god. What the fuck? Oh, Jesus Christ.
The game
Now it's
ends with
working.
this eerie premonition of what's
This is
going
what-
to happen
this is what I
next
like.
in Coda's life.
Oh my
The
god.
solution to social anxiety, to fears of having to perform and having to chase success, the answer for Coda is to withdraw, to hide himself away. Which is what leads to scenarios like the stairs that slowed you down several games ago, where it just becomes harder and harder to access Coda's inner landscape because he keeps retreating. He just keeps backing away from possible connections to anyone other than himself. And to be honest, I didn't consider it very healthy when I first played this game. You know, it looked to me like he was trying to justify the idea of just disconnecting yourself from the world. And that wasn't what I wanted for him or for his games. Because I feel like a lot of his games are inviting me to connect with this person, to bring him closer.
Hey, Toby.
But what can you do? After this, Coda went off and took another 5 months to make a new game.
What the fuck? Moby Strip. To play this game properly, you need to keep your eyes closed. Okay, we can do that. Eyes closed. Alright. Let me keep my eyes closed then. I can't see shit, I just hear sounds. You can see like a white light through my eye, like my eyes thingies. What? What just happened?
You should probably open your eyes if you haven't already. It's pretty much impossible to solve otherwise. And there is a solution, by the way.
Blind. What the fuck is that? There's a great giant door and my vision went black. Research. Truth. The only way to stop it is to speak the truth, to be honest. Oh, okay. Right. Yeah, get rid of glasses. Okay. The truth. To be honest to it, okay? I can't keep making these. Yes, that's the truth. It's draining me.
Like I said, I was getting concerned. First off, he's never
Keep
been
talking.
this explicit in his work about exactly what he's thinking. So where's that coming from? But then even weirder, his work has potentially stopped being an outlet for him. Not like he's
I've been
having
honest.
trouble iterating on ideas, but he literally just can't think of new ideas anymore. And in person, he was being a lot more distant than usual. Like, you know how sometimes a person will just deflect anything that you say in order to keep themselves disconnected all the time? It was that kind of thing.
Here was the point in my relationship with Coda where I really started to wonder if he needed my help in some way.
Right, because he sounds very depressed. Kind of deal?
His games
Maybe?
are going to get more desperate from here on out. After this game, it's almost 6 months before he finishes
6
something.
months? Oh boy. 2010 December. Hello? Whoa. Pretty. Where does island come from? Anyone there? Hello, Moonflower. Hello. I finished my drawing, but my cat decides you're gonna sit on it. Okay. Is that a person? How lovely. It's been a long time since I talked to anyone. What's wrong? You look lost. I'm completely out of ideas. Whoa. Oh no. What happened? Did something change? There's a machine that kept me going and it stopped. Cats are sitting on you, that's funny. What, you're looking for a machine? I know what it is. Cool. Okay, the machine. It isn't very far. You have to take me to it.
If the last game featured Coda talking explicitly about his creative frustrations, this one turns it up to 11. Now, put yourself in my shoes playing this. Here's a friend whose work is exhibiting signs of struggle, frustration, anxiety, depression, even. And yet, still, he keeps making games. He keeps throwing himself into the grinder even when he clearly doesn't have the energy for it anymore. Why? What is it for? Because from my perspective at the time and just what I knew of him, this was a result of how isolated he was. He was in his own little bubble, just sitting at his computer all day, not really showing these games to anyone, not releasing them onto the internet, and so he didn't have anyone outside of himself to connect with. He had no outlet to ground himself on.
Close the door. Interesting. And then you hit the switch. Moonflower, would you like to join the Discord and share your art with us? We'd love to see you.
Talk yourself out of loneliness. It doesn't work that way. You can't be the one writing both the questions and the answers. Then there's no movement. Then there's no circulation. If all of your anxieties are being channeled into your work, then if the work ever fails, you have no backup and you're just going to crash.
Right. There's no machine here. Why is it crying? You have to say that your work is fun and easy. You have to say the game development is simple and joyous. And that you love it 100% of the time. Sure, making games is easy. Ah, that feels wonderful, but it wasn't true. Don't worry about it, just keep talking. Creation is easy. When I make games, I feel completely energized. Yes, that's wonderful. Keep going.
Seeing this game at the time that he made it, it looked really unhealthy to me. I was watching him do this to himself, and I hated it. I hated seeing him so trapped. It's like, video games are not worth this amount of suffering. This is someone
feels
I really
fantastic.
care about.
I'm going
And I
to
used
vomit.
get so much joy out of seeing him create. For him to suddenly become angry and frustrated like this, it was the worst thing for me.
For him. It always pays off eventually. Jesus Christ.
I don't know. This is what I felt at the time. I don't know how else to explain it. I wanted it to stop more than anything. I had never felt so rotten. I needed more than I had ever needed anything for this to stop.
Holy
But it
frick.
didn't stop. After finishing this one, Coda takes another 7 months and comes up with a new game.
7 months. May 2011. The Machine. Mom, glad to see you've arrived safely. You captured the machine. It's waiting for you now. You can begin the interrogation whenever you like. I intend to be quick. Very good. To be warned, someone called the press, so we might have to pay attention on this one. And one more thing you should know about the machine. It calls itself Coda. Oh shit. Oh, goosebumps. Oh no. Oh my god. Yeah, this game really makes you think. Yeah. Especially if you know what happens at the end of the game. If you play it again, it makes you think even more. Because you know a lot more context. But there's press now. There's other people that are watching the game, right? I'll talk about it later. It's the machine. You stopped.
And of course, it's the machine.
You stopped feeding us. Those people out there, can you imagine what pain you've brought them through? So here's what needs to happen. You need to go out there and apologize to them. No? Nothing? Alright, I will speak to them for you. My friends, it falls to me to deliver bad news. The machine will not apologize to us. The machine refused to admit it deliberately hurt us. But it's not important. We are stronger than it thinks. Hi, Kenji. Let us pay it retribution. Let us show us that we are not failures. Follow me, we'll destroy the machine. Oh my god. We are destroying the game.
So now the work is becoming self-destructive. And I'll tell you, at the time that I first played this game, shortly after he made it, here's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm thinking that Code is stuck in his own head, and that it's having a very negative effect on him, and that all he needs to do is just start showing his work to people, to get some actual feedback on his games. It might get him out of isolation. And so, as I'm thinking this, I realized that I could be the one to initiate it. Because it would never occur to Coda to start actively soliciting feedback, so what if I did it for it? If he could see the difference it would make to have more actual conversations with other human beings, would that bring him out of his mental spiral? Would it give him confidence in himself? Would it bring meaning back into his work?
Even the peaceful room. Oh,
So I started showing Coda's work to people.
right.
This one, and the islands which you just played, the theater, the notes, the house cleaning game, and some of the prison escape games. I brought them to people that I knew and trusted. I asked their opinions. And the great part is that they really loved his games. You know, the point of it all was just to give him some external reference point, but they genuinely loved his work. There was nothing for him to be afraid of.
There's the machine. In a corner with the lantern. Put down your weapon.
Can you see why I felt like this was the right thing to do? Because it's the thing that I always feel like I need, to be told that my work is good, that I am good. When someone really connects with a thing that I've made, when they see themselves purely in my work, there's nothing that feels better. And I got to give that very same feeling to my friend. I did something... I really felt like I'd done something good, like I was a good person. I felt like there was a friend who was in trouble and was unhappy and maybe didn't like themselves. And I could fix it. If I could give him this gift, maybe I could fix the problem. When they told me how much they enjoyed his games, it was the best feeling. It was the absolute best feeling. It made me feel so happy. So beautifully, beautifully happy.
I'm getting goosebumps in the wrong way. Yep.
So anyway, Coda finishes this game, and then really he just kind of takes off for a while. So this is June of 2011, and I didn't hear anything from him for several weeks, I guess. And so out of nowhere, one day I get an email, and it's got a private link to a new game of Coda's. This one is called The Tower, and to my knowledge, it's the last game that Coda ever made. So let's take a look.
Are you guys understanding what's going on now? It's we are dealing with a parasocial.
And this is where I have trouble saying anything meaningful about Coda's work. Because more than anything else, the tower just feels distant. It feels like it's trying to distance itself from the world. It's a very cold game.
But it was only sent to you, mister. We're dealing with a parasocial savior complex friend. Coda didn't want his games to be shared, and Davey shared them anyway.
This room actually has a maze in it. Except that all the walls of the maze are invisible. And then every time you touch one of the walls, there's this awful flashing and noise, so the experience is really miserable. The game goes beyond not being meant to be played, it actually seems to despise the player for trying to play it at all. But I do want to show you the rest of the levels, so when you're ready to continue, press enter and I'll put a bridge over the maze.
So, quite literally, right, we're playing this game made by Coda and Davey. Davey put all of Coda's games in here to show us what Coda is like. But the problem is, Coda was never asked for consent if that was okay. Because Davey just wanted to help. But Davey never really, asked what Coda actually wanted. And now we're playing a game that was not meant to be shared with anyone else but Davy. And, you know, like this maze is invisible. It's not designed to be progressed through, right? It's a hateful game. From Coda to Davy. I haven't for a long time, but I'm just vibing watching you. Thank you, Era. Enter, right? Yeah. So now we're going further into the game than we're supposed to, because we're not supposed to go further. We're not supposed to make it here. But Coda knows that Davy will do it anyway. Right?
And to be fair, it's not like this is the first game that's needed some modification to be playable. Like the house cleaning game. You know, that one used to actually loop the cleaning chores and you just cleaned a house forever.
That sounds
I had
nice.
to cut it off so that you could exit the house and the game would actually end. But that game had an idea that it was actually trying to communicate. What's the deeper idea behind the invisible maze?
But like, Coda thought it was a good idea to have the game be infinite. Why did it have to have an end?
The only way past this challenge is to randomly guess the 6-digit code. Like the invisible maze, it's frustrating to me, because it's the opposite of everything else that Coda has made. It doesn't encourage thought or engagement. It doesn't ask anything of me, except a lot of my time. If I could have reached him during this time, then maybe I could have asked him, but I couldn't. I still don't really understand why this is here. I'll put the code on the ground for you here, though, so that we can move on.
This feels so criminal. That also means he has tried... Oh shit, he has tried all these codes, right? He's tried all these codes and gotten here. He tried 151,000 times to get this code correctly. He's obsessed with Coda. The irony is that this game is really well made, this last one.
The switch to open this door is actually on the other side of the door, meaning that it's literally impossible to solve from this side. So even if you somehow brute forced your way through the first 2 challenges and you got to this point, there's actually just no way to progress.
Right.
And it's scary for me, the idea of Coda cutting himself off entirely, just saying, you know, that's it, that's the end of the conversation, not giving me any way to fix the problem.
You anyway to this problem, yeah.
I feel like a failure, I guess, when I can't fix the problem.
Savior complex.
But I can
See,
open
like,
this door for you, so let me do that.
Quite literally, Coda is setting up walls, right? Protections for himself. Like, I don't want to, like, interact with you anymore. And this guy is just brute forcing his way through everything.
Was I a failure for not understanding this game?
Yes, you are.
I mean, I don't know why I would be. It's not like everything needs to have a solution, but I feel it somehow. I feel like I failed, and I don't understand why. I remember, it's June of 2011. I'm playing this for the very first time, and as I'm playing, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know this person.
No.
I have no idea who this person is. It wasn't the guy I knew, it wasn't my friend. I had come to so many conclusions from looking at all of his work up to this point, and then suddenly none of them... I had been trying to, though. That was the thing. For years I was trying to get to know him, to understand who he actually was and what he stood for. I asked him so many times to please just tell me what his games mean to him.
It's time
I asked him
for
please to tell me
Angel.
what the 3 dots mean. And he wouldn't.
Yeah, the 3 dots. Hi, Mimi. Blessings, blessings. Blessings, blessings. I hope you're gonna be alright. But it's very much like someone putting themselves in someone's life. Like, also, all the games that we're seeing, right, are very personal, and he's just sharing them with people. And now he's done the most ultimate thing, and he put it all in a game, and we have become the evil, right? We have become the bad thing by observing these games. We've been
I just
made
felt
evil.
so strongly that if I could have connected with him, That if I could have somehow made his work my own, that I would finally be once and for all happy. It was that I needed to see myself in someone else. I needed to be someone other than me. But he stopped and left, and it felt somehow like I had failed.
Yikes.
Where did I screw up? I'm the reason that you stopped making games, aren't I? It's because of what I did. I poisoned it for you.
Dear Davy, thank you for your interest in my games. I need to ask you not to speak to me anymore.
I don't think I ever told you this, but when I took your work and I was showing it to people, it actually felt... it felt as though I were responsible for something important and valuable.
I wonder at times whether you think I am making these games for you. You know what's actually kind of interesting? From the very get-go of the game, I was trying to, like, form my own opinions of this game, but the more you are watching it, right? The more you play through this game as a whole, you're not allowed to form your own opinions because this guy keeps talking at the moment you're trying to read things, right? You can literally see me as a streamer having trouble with it. I'm having trouble putting my own opinions out there, reading what I'm seeing in the game because the guy keeps talking over me, right? And from the get-go, it's nice that you're not alone, but it's like he becomes oppressive, and he talks in at some point he starts adding I, me in all his sentences, all the time.
And the people who played them, they treated me like I was important. They really listened and cared about what I had to say. Even though I was showing your work, I felt good about myself. Finally. For a moment, while I had that, I liked myself.
You've so infected my personal space that it's possible I did begin to plant solutions in my work somewhere, hidden between games. Hi Day, we're playing a very, very deep game. And I also want you to, for people who have my book already, I want you to understand this. This reminds me of Stanley Parable. The guy who's you see writing, or you see talking, what the fuck, you hear talking occasionally, is the person who wrote Stanley Parable. Which is really funny, actually, if you mentioned this. But if you've read my book at all, you can at some point see that I started adding the word I to my books. That's because I got a note at some point from people that were like, you are not putting yourself in these poetries enough. So halfway through the book, when you hit the poem called The Poet, you'll see that I put myself in the book more, which is a direct narrative from this game. I took that from this game, not in the same way that I was forced to do so, but this game really, like, it really resonated with me. I'm also going to get a tattoo of this game. The triple dots, I'm going to get them at some point. So, yeah, you infected my personal space so much it's possible I begin to plan solutions in my work somewhere, hidden between the games. Context for you, Day, we're playing a game which has a lot of small little games by a person named Coda, and Davey, the person who is narrating this game, is trying to show us what Coda is like, but we're kind of realizing as we go along that Davey, the person who's showing Coda's work, isn't a great person, is trying to be a savior to Coda because he thinks Coda is depressed. And he's, Coda basically said, did you think that these games were made for you only? No, they were made for myself. what are you doing? And Coda is like sent this game in private to Davy, right? To not, bring that to the world. But Davy brought it out anyway without any consent. And we are playing a game of some really private things that were never supposed to be seen in day-to-day life. Yeah. If there was an answer, a meaning, would it make you any happier? Would you stop taking my games and showing them to people against my wishes? Giving them something that is not yours to give, violating this one boundary that keeps me safe? Would you stop changing my game? Stop adding lampposts to them? By the way, those lampposts, there was only one lamppost at some point, and Davey was like, oh, this means ending, and I'm going to add them to every one of their games. That was never Coda. Would you simply let them be what they are?
I didn't have anything left to show people. I just had to be with myself. And as soon as that happened, there was no feeling at all. Nothing. Less than nothing. What does that mean?
Yeah. Davey is parasocial and he has a savior complex. When I'm around you, I feel physically ill. You desperately need something that I cannot give to you. I literally do not have it. Struggling to come up with new ideas is not making me depressed. Low points are just part of the process. The fact that you think I am frustrated or broken says more about you than it does about me. I realize this doesn't make any sense to you just yet. Which is fine, you're not my problem to solve. But I do hope that one day it clicks. That you make peace with the thing that you're wrestling with.
I'm afraid that I did something really stupid because I don't like myself.
And then when you finally see what I'm talking about, don't say anything. There's no ending.
That's why I'm releasing this collection of your work. Is because I haven't been able to find any other way to reach you. I've tried everything. And so a part of me has hope that if I put this compilation out into the world, and if I put my name on it, that maybe enough people will play it so that it'll find its way to you, so that I can tell you that I'm sorry. I know I screwed up. If I apologize to you truly and deeply, will you start making games again? Please. I need to feel okay with myself again. And I always felt okay as long as I had your work to see myself in. I mean, is something wrong with me? Because I know that I did an awful thing, and I'm doing it again right now. Like, I'm showing people your work, but I can't stop myself from doing it. That's how badly I need to feel something again, like I'm an addict. There has to be something wrong with me. Can I apologize? What if I tell you I was wrong? Will that work? Will that fix it? I don't know. I don't think it will, but there's nothing else that I can do. Just tell me what you want. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please, start making games again. Please help me. Please give me some of whatever it is that makes you complete. I want whatever that wholeness is that you just summoned out of nothing and you put into your work. You were complete in some way that I never was. And I want to know I want to know how to be a good person. I want to know how not to hate myself. Please. I'm fading, and all I want is to know that I'm going to be okay.
Wow. Am I crying? It's very intense. It's very, very intense. Why does he keep sending more games? Well, it's like, if you know that, like, if you're making something nice, right, and you're sending it to your friend who really enjoys your games, at some point,
More.
Well,
more love, more praise, more people telling me that I'm good. Always more. It's like a disease.
yep, it's very depressing for both parties. The narrator Davey is very sick.
Solution.
Yeah, it's a very, very deep, deep story, and very. That's why I play this like
Yes, if
every
someone
half a
had
year.
told me ahead of time that he just really enjoyed making prison games, maybe I wouldn't have thought he was so desperate.
Yeah, so he had the
Wouldn't
idea
have
that he
told
was
so many
sick.
people that he was
Yeah,
depressed.
but he wasn't depressed.
Maybe he just likes making prisons.
Yes, he does. And for 15 minutes, I was trying to download and figure out how to Discord. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you for joining the Discord. Damn, this is
Even
heavy.
now, the disease is telling me to stop. Don't show people what a shitty person you are. They'll hate you.
Wow.
If I knew that my life depended on finding something to be driven by other than validation, what would that even be? It's strange, but the thought of not being driven by external validation is unthinkable. Like, I actually cannot conceive of what that would be like.
So what I'm getting from this scenario is an obsession with the guy who makes the games, to the point he called it stalking, and now it's just toxic relationship and never ending. Basically, yeah. But we've all been to that point where you have someone around you that's toxic to you, and you kind of, because you're empathetic, you occasionally have to give this person what they want, otherwise you just feel horrible yourself, because you don't want to be redeemed as a bad person, because they make you feel like if you don't give it to them, you are the bad person. And that's what Coda is dealing with.
What now?
What now, indeed?
I think I need to go.
You should.
And I'm sorry, because I know that I said that I would be here and I would walk you through this, but I'm starting to feel like I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot that I need to make up for, and so I'm just gonna... Okay.
Oh, it's happened to me too, don't worry. Our job to find every wounded child in monsters. Real. I like Coda's games though, I will say. They're kind of cool and they give thought. The fact that he made all this, right, and then still like released the game after saying all this, by the way, is crazy. Man, joke on you, I was planning on crying today. I told you you'd cry today. Oh, we're a loop. It's nice to just reflect on your own thought while walking through a game like this. It's crazy, right? Oh, there's the beam in the start of the game that kills you. Right? So the game starts off with just a guy excited to show you his friend's work, which is really nice. And then we kind of just like slowly starts to unravel. I think it started happening the moment we went into the prison cell, where you could see the really uniqueness of the games, and he was like, just like, yeah, but like, oh, there's a crash button, and like all these things. And games don't always have to be played properly. They don't have to have a solution. You don't see a little red flags until you're out of it, till they're no longer in your life. When they're in your life, you try the best to cover up all the sadness. Remind me, I'm gonna quote something to you later, okay? Look at this. Makes you feel small. Well, look at this. There was no ending.
Turn back from this cave. You said, let me prove that I'm brave. Let me keep going. But the cave goes for miles and miles and miles. And you're so tired, but I know that you're strong. So turn back, turn back.
It's crazy, right? And that's the beginner's guide. I hope you enjoyed. It is one of the most crazy hour and a half you can play through, because the second time you play through it will never be the same again. Of course, let's just be real, the game is of course fake, right? These people don't exist. It's a game designed to make you feel this way. But it is a very deep, thought-provoking game. I just wanted to share with you, Era, is like when you have a partner around you that is like toxic, you try to always explain to people around yourself, oh no, they're not that bad. They're not that bad. Like, it's okay. Like, yeah, they have these little flaws and they have these little things, but it always happens that way where you end up making up a lot of excuses for them. Also, this is another game, I don't know if you've noticed this, if you were here in the beginning, that changes the background depending on if you finish the game or not. And it is just I think it's a masterpiece that anyone on stream should play with their chat, because it's also a very good explanation for parasocialism. or explanation on how it works and how someone can seem extremely innocent. But still only think me, 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 and me. It's a lot. This is my 6th time playing through the game, and it always just still surprises me just how deep it goes, how deep the rabbit hole is. Need to leave for a second, so maybe cry a little bit. I understand, yeah. But thank you for being here with me. I think I only got a glimpse of the weight that's behind it. I would highly recommend you play it. If you think you could play it on stream, it's probably even better. Because I think a lot of people don't realize themselves that they are like this. And it's a very good realization that if you are like this, then, oh, wait, am I doing this to somebody? As well. And it's also very tough on if you've had situations where you've been on the other side. Where you've been Coda, where you want to share something that's grateful and amazing, and it's never enough. Because Davey here is like, more, 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 more. Yeah. It's incredible for that matter. I adore this game. It is a really, really good game, I think, personally.